We look after the PICC, so that's the Presidential Infrastructure Coordinating Commission. We obviously report to Minister Patel. The IDC sits in his portfolio, and we were formed within the IDC to look at the state's infrastructure plan. So they've got, what, 645 projects, $1 trillion odd spend over the next few years. Now, how do we as the state and private sector maximize that spend? So the localization unit basically is there to now work with the parastatals, and if you look at it, transport, water and power form the bulk of the state spend over the next few years. How do we then look at that spend at a national level, at a parastatal level, who are actually implementing these projects, and how do we ensure that our industries benefit from this? So the localization unit is coordination advisory. The edge we've got, to be honest, is that we have IDC as the funder. So where we identify a project that requires funding or there's a funding gap, we then bring along the IDC to assist the parastatal, not directly, because we can't fund parastatals directly, we do know that, but we can fund their suppliers or we can fund it on a ring-fence basis, a project on a ring-fence basis. So this was formed about 2 years ago to actually intervene. It has been tough because you then go across PFMA, triple PFA, you have all these, the Constitution itself. We've actually been through a lot of these into how do we now direct this localization. And it comes down to simple one thing. We can have a lot of macroeconomic discussions. At the end of the day, we need to create jobs. It's as simple as that. No matter how you spin it, whatever way, how do we create employment for the people in our country against the people in other countries and the rest of Africa? That's the big debate we have. And our role now is to ensure that we assist the state in ensuring that the localization happens at different levels. The difficulty we also have is that our country is split into 3 tiers of government with different regulations, where one cannot tell the other what they must do. And I think the DTI, through the designation notes, have tried to address that in some way or the other. The problem we have, and we have raised it with them, is enforcement. I mean, it's good to have these practice notes in place. How do you enforce it? As the IDC, we're trying to help the DTI to now enforce that. And sometimes you actually need a political enforcement rather than a commercial or a legal enforcement. So these are the things we're grappling with. We understand, the issues, but we're trying to overcome them and resolve them over the next few months or time.
Okay.